3, 2. This is not synced. 1. Go! Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for clicking on that helpful little link that I supplied to you all on my YouTube channel, Verdana. This is a special podcast, the KnobCast, and we're just going to be talking about some little things that we find to be interesting. And we're going to have a guest on each week, starting next week. But for this week, we're just going to talk... Okay, Yoshi, did we not go over this last time about how you can just tell me what to put a sound effect in and then I can put it in?
No, I thought you said you liked it better when I did that. You were a big fan of it. You found it humorous.
I was gonna download like a soundboard thing so that I could just
do
press
that
a
later.
button and
I'm still the sound. I'm still the Foley for today.
I'm gonna put you out of the job once I have a soundboard. So get ready for that.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Why don't you two introduce yourselves? Why don't we start with Yoshi? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So hey folks, I'm Yoshi and I get around from time to time, I just kind of cycle around from shindig to shindig, and I just so happen to stumble myself upon this one right here, in front of you fine gentlemen listening in, as I'm sure there are a lot of you, because my friend Verdana is a real popular guy, a real hip Joe.
All right, next up is Yoshi's brother.
Don't refer to me like that.
Okay.
I'm my own man.
Yoshi's brother, though. Let's be
His
honest.
name is
You're
Yoshi's brother.
Miko, and I'm not Yoshi's brother. Yoshi's my brother.
Will insert a booing track, a studio booing track here.
Okay.
Insert a clapping track that's louder than that booing track.
Okay.
Insert penis.
What? Just a sound of the word penis?
No, the sound of a penis.
Okay, I'll just hit my penis on the microphone and put that in. Erect or flaccid?
Can you do that right now? Maybe that's how we should sync the
audio.
Did you just do
we
it?
should
all
Did you hear
slap
it?
our dicks on the mic.
Dicks on the mic is what we should have called the podcast. It's too late now, though. I already actually made the logo and shit.
No, dicks on the mic is really good.
It's not. It's not good.
By the way,
thing.
Will, can I see that logo?
Yes.
Because I want to order someone to draw a thumbnail for each podcast.
I thought you were gonna say draw Rule 34 of
draw
us
Rule 34 of us.
Just draw.
I'm sure you
us
can
three.
commission that.
What are they going off of? We don't like our Discord profiles.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, I'm on the internet. I don't know.
Mark
but
Zuckerberg.
Yoshi, you're certainly on the internet.
Arthur Christmas and Dave.
is Yoshi's
Holland's
brother
threesome.
on the internet?
No. I'm nowhere to be found.
No, you are. An infant version of you is on that Globe and Mail article about
That's
how
true.
we're in the
That's true.
dream
So
house.
draw the infant version of me in the Rule 34.
Yes, please.
Yes, me and Yoshi having sex with a baby is how we sell the podcast.
That's cool.
We got that idea from David Byrne, actually. Stay up late.
I didn't hear what you said.
Have you heard the song "Stay Up Late" on Talking Heads, True Stories?
Oh, true. Yeah, of course.
Fucking, why does no one... I tried Googling that because I listened to the first time I listened to it, I was like, what the fuck am I listening to? And I Googled the lyrics, and no one says anything about it. Yeah, but David Byrne fully wrote a song
No one listens to True Stories, man.
about how he wants to rape a baby. No one even
It's a
bats an
classic.
eye.
That's cool.
What's that band where the singer raped the babies and paid his fans to give him their babies so he could have sex with them?
Is that Coldplay?
No.
That's weird.
No, they're real. They're real. They were like a really crappy hit, like stadium rock band from the late 2000s. Oh, Lost Prophets.
Is that a real thing?
They're real.
Is that like
Lost Prophets are real.
how Matthew Broderick ran his car into Family 4 and killed them?
Kind of like that.
Oh yeah,
but-
we talked about that
but
last
This
time.
was over the course of many years.
Oh yeah,
and
why don't I mention
Yeah, let's tell them about
to the
last
audience
time.
of millions listening right now about how we tried to record a podcast before this, but one of the guests quit 5 minutes in and then started nuking our recording with by spamming the link to the Zencaster all over the internet.
I have his Addy if anyone wants to pull up. And
Yeah.
harm him.
Yeah. If anyone wants to hit on him,
Social security number.
slide into his DMs.
That's not what I was. Okay, but sure.
Yeah.
That's not what I was hinting at.
Anyways,
hinting at
why don't we
violence.
get on to the first little topic that we've lined up for today, and that is the fact that Logan Paul will in a few months be boxing against
Fucking
You
fucking Logan
fucking
Paul.
filler word.
Logan Paul versus Mayweather, who's
show us your minge.
legitimately one of the top-rated boxers of all time. And Logan Paul is like
Floyd
actually
Mayweather is the full package. He's a young black man, a boxer.
I don't believe he's that
and
young.
a hardcore Trumpite.
Is he he?
Yeah, he's hardcore.
He's 40
like,
years old.
Yeah, but
He's not young.
Logan Paul.
He's young enough to be considered a prime boxer in my
But Logan
eyes.
Paul believes that COVID is a hoax, so like they might find some common
that was
ground.
cool.
Okay, no, the cool thing is that Jake Paul recently beat ex-NBA player Nate Robinson.
Yeah, that's
in
why
a
this is
boxing
happening.
match. I mean, Nate Robinson's like, he's not, of all the NBA players you could fight, he would probably be the first one many would choose because he's like shorter than an average person even.
Yeah, I'm sure it
How
was
is he in the
strategic,
NBA?
but still, it was a good look for Jake Paul to beat like a professional athlete, and it proved that
and
YouTubers such as myself are cool.
Okay, but the only thing I'll say, I'm glad that you're trying to claim Jake Paul. That's a really good look. But the only thing I'm going to say is this guy, Nate Robinson, he's retired. Like, when's the last time he's played an NBA game? And he's 5'9". Come on.
No, but
That's
I
not
like
even a
that.
fair fight.
I think that's
Where's
why
Jake
Logan.
Paul?
I think that's why Logan has the confidence to fight Mayweather, because he's
didn't-
like, oh, yo, my brother fucking took on
Yeah.
Robinson,
Wasn't
so
there
I
that-
can
wasn't there
take
that
on
thing
a
where,
celebrated boxer.
Wasn't there that thing where Jake and Logan tag teamed KSI and what's his face? And didn't Jake Paul
Did
win?
they tag team?
They didn't tag team, but they fought. They had fights, and as I remember, KSI obviously beat the shit out of.
Is that true?
Yeah, wait. It was an actual televised boxing match. Like, this is a really weird phenom where YouTube boxing matches are seen as like.
No, there's two. There's a rematch.
There was a rematch, but KSI won both times. KSI won both times against Logan Paul.
I'm aware.
But I
Destroyed.
swear, I could have sworn Jake Paul won his match. So I think Jake Paul is actually like you could actually call him a boxer who's a part-time YouTuber.
Maybe.
Whereas
Maybe. Yeah, are they
Logan
becoming
Paul's kinda
actual
like an
boxers?
amateur boxer who's
Have they
a
ditched the like?
professional vlogger.
Have they ditched like the dead bodies in Japan life for like the trying to
know.
create dead bodies in
I
a boxing
hate-
ring life?
Have they
I
just
hate
what?
Jake Paul more than Logan Paul. Like,
How
just
do
his face
Oh, Logan Paul.
and how he comes off.
Oh, okay. There's a
Jake
certain.
Paul looks so smug.
There's an extra punchableness to Logan Paul. Logan Paul seems
Really?
like. Look. Yeah,
No, I think Jake
Logan
Paul's more punchable. Have you seen
Jake
Jake's
looks
fucking
way more
like,
obnoxious.
Oh no! That's what I thought I said. Yeah, Jake Paul's more punchable. That's what I meant. Logan Paul seems like a douchebag stoner. Jake Paul seems like a douchebag kid who trips you in soccer and gym class. You know,
That's
different
true.
vibes.
Jake Paul's the one who fucking like starts sending like weird text messages to like all the girls in class, and then when he starts getting shit about it, he brings in his brother Logan Paul to like fucking back him. He's
Yeah.
like always
And-
like in the back of the school, even though he's like 22 and he sells weed to everyone.
Man, oh my god!
Imagine
Wait.
getting beaten up by that
That
face.
no one has been. No one has. He's
Can
never
you imagine?
beaten anyone.
Can
in
you
a
imagine
fight.
if Floyd Mayweather actually loses the fight
Lost
to that?
That's such a good.
He'd fucking kill
Wait,
himself
is it-
like instantly.
What I don't get is Floyd Mayweather actually giving Jake Paul the time of day? Is this a one-way stream, like where Jake Paul is just shit stirring, or is it actually like a consensual fight?
I believe it's a consent. I'm pretty sure Mayweather challenged him
What?
because he wants to beat him because like they're
Why?
getting so
Oh,
cocky.
he wants to be relevant again. I forgot that Floyd Mayweather is actually not relevant anymore.
That too.
Verdana, can you show the poster? Like zoom into the poster of KSA versus Logan Paul 2. It's really funny.
Sorry,
the way,
KSA.
KSI. I said.
Yes, I'm currently staring at it.
Yeah, his beard.
Can I just
Like-
say, Jake Paul may have managed to beat Oh no, it was Logan Paul. Logan Paul may have managed to beat KSI physically, but Logan Paul still manages to win the IQ contest. Have you seen KSI like talking?
Oh, Logan Paul.
No, Logan's an idiot. But like Jake, no, not Jake. KSI like was doing a video where he was like playing like an online math game that like for 5th graders, and it was asking him like 12 times 9, and he fucking like couldn't answer it.
I can't answer that.
You can't answer. Okay, what about? No, he couldn't do like 10. There was a multiple of 10 that he couldn't
12
do.
times 9 is 111. Did I make that up? Is that not true? That's definitely not true.
Do you actually?
9? That's not. It's not close.
That's not correct, Yoshi.
Actually, it's not that far off. It's not that far off.
It's 108.
That's not.
It's 108.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's 108.
Did you actually
I was
just?
thinking.
Are
You were so
just-
confident.
Oh wait, yeah. I was like, yeah, it's just 111.
Yeah, it's
I swear.
gotta be 111.
12 times something is definitely an odd number. That makes complete sense.
Okay, I'm losing faith right now in my choice of co-host.
Yeah, KSI is not that dumb. Come on, KFC.
now
You are, though.
Now you have reason to believe that.
Yoshi is
Okay, stop doxing me, and also
doxing you.
I've been doxed, and also I've been doxed and boxed now. No, that should be the name of this episode: doxing and boxing.
Oh shit, that's a good name.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, I mean, we could just apply that to the Pauls themselves, because the Pauls have doxed multiple people, sometimes by accident. Like they doxed Post Malone, didn't they?
Oh,
They just
yeah,
went
so
to his
funny.
house.
So funny.
They didn't even blur his address.
What a joke.
Okay.
What a
He had to
joke.
move. He actually had to move because of that. Because people started coming to his house.
People just started coming
Damn.
to his
Yeah,
house.
because the fucking Jake Paul put a video up with like 10 million views where he goes to his house and shows the street and the number. Like, of course people are going to go to Post Malone's house.
And who are you saying was winning the IQ contest?
Logan Paul's an idiot, but like KSI's even more so.
Even stupider
Yeah.
somehow.
And then where's that put me?
Stupid. Even lower
I
than
think
KSI.
you're next to Comedy Shorts Gamer.
Thank you. I'll take that.
You're a close third.
Mika, you're a solid scarce.
On the intelligence,
solid C-.
on the intelligence levels of YouTuber, the bottom is like, is it Comedy Shorts Gamer? I think it might be KSI, honestly.
No, Comedy Shorts is stupider than KSI.
Yeah, but can Comedy Shorts Gamer do like fucking 8 times 4?
At the tops. Oh yeah, true. No, but at the top. Oh, you mean 9 times 12?
But even Yoshi can't do that, so I don't
I can't do 9 times 12. What's that?
Yeah.
He thought it was an
100
odd number.
111.
At the top is
111.
the epic rap battle of history, boys. Obviously. Nice Peter.
The
and
bottom
Epic
of the
Boy.
food chain is like Peter from Watch Mojo.
Is that his name?
No, it's probably his name. I don't know. Who knows his name?
I think his name is Joel.
No, the Watch Mojo
Joel?
guys are geniuses. They're like near the top. Okay, let me lay it out for you, okay? The bottom is like either KSI or Comedy Shorts Gamer, and then it's like the Pauls. We're still in like dumb territory. And then it gets to like now we're getting into average territory. That's like,
Is there a tier list for dumb YouTubers?
let's say Tana Monjo is like Tana Mojo.
Oh, yeah.
She's like dumb but like almost average. And then average would be like I don't know, Smosh. Actually, Smosh
No,
is geniuses.
Smosh is kind of.
How is Leafy's here above any of these people?
I
Like,
thought
someone-
Leafy isn't even relevant enough to put on the ranking anymore, but like,
Oh yeah, he's not a YouTuber.
Yeah.
I forgot.
okay, now we're getting to
And his
smart
channel,
territory.
Yoshi, did you not know that his channel was deleted?
It's deleted for
Yeah, it
bullying
got
and hate
deleted.
speech. It defies the.
Should have been a long time ago.
I don't know how he
YouTube
made it
hate
this
speech
long.
Sanction.
Okay, but getting into smart territory,
That's
we
fresh.
got Felix at a little bit smart. Then we got Vsauce,
Yeah.
big brain, and then we got like Kyrgyzstat in a nutshell. Okay, and then at the very top,
You mean the whole company?
the smartest,
Of Kyrgyzstat?
yes, of course.
Okay.
And then the smartest YouTuber of all time is Onision.
Disagree. The
Ooh.
smartest is Benny Fine of
Whoa,
Fine
have you not
Brothers
seen Onision
Entertainment.
put on that Joker costume and like been like pour kombucha on his head?
Yeah, I have seen that.
Make an
Yeah,
Benny
OnlyFans
Fine-
account of him
Benny
having.
Fine from Fine Brothers of Fine Brothers fame. Benny Fine, man, that guy is the brains behind.
I just rewatched that video from 2015 where they're like, "Hello guys, we're copywriting the word React."
Oh, and the apology.
No, that's
Have
what
you
I'm
seen the
saying.
apology?
Yes, I've seen. Yeah,
That's-
that was.
Masterpiece.
What I'm saying is that's actually a smart publicity move because any negative or positive publicity is still publicity, and that made them relevant, like the most relevant YouTubers of that year.
Now they're fucking dead, though.
Benny
What are you
Fine is
talking
pulling
about?
the strings because they decided that they were recluses and the fame was just too much to handle.
Did
right?
one of
But-
the Fine
so it
Bros
was a
leave?
choice,
Okay, I
you're
need to ask
saying.
this now. Did one of the Fine Bros leave the channel because after that controversy, I didn't see one of them in all the announcement videos from that.
Probably
point on.
Benny Fine. Rafi Fine is he's like
Do you know
clearly
which one's which, Yoshi?
No.
I can't tell the difference.
Yo,
Okay,
what's your
one of
favorite
them- one of
Fine
them
brother?
wears a
Who's your
beanie.
favorite Fine
One of
brother?
them looks like he he had like a bad fall and his face like stretched slightly.
Yeah.
And the other dude looks like he's from a different family entirely, and he was like adopted into that family. And he,
My
I don't
favorite's
think
the
they're even
dude-
brothers.
My favorite is the dude that has like ET syndrome, where his eyes are like
yeah, the dude.
Yeah.
in different regions of the USA.
Yeah, like
they're not
okay,
even on the
he was
same-
like,
They look
okay,
like-
what happened? What happened? He was skateboarding and he fell like sideways, which caused the right side of his face to like move backwards. And then on another occasion, he had a similar accident where he fell on the left side of his face.
he fell
No,
in
no,
Like
here's
you know
what-
the origin
he fell
story
in-
for Tootie and
yeah.
Gorillas, where like his
Here's
eyes
what really happened.
came
Here's
out.
what really happened. Rhett from Rhett and Link.
he fell he fell face first into a waffle maker is what happened.
Yeah. Rhett
And, like,
from Rhett
the front of his
Link.
face melted
real
downwards.
it's a real life Flat Stanley moment, but just his facial features. But it's red.
Okay, he looks
From-
like
yeah.
he looks like Link from Rhett and Link if like his wife left him and all his kids like fucking testified against him in court.
yeah. They look like
They look like Rhett and Link.
dollar
Yeah.
store Rhett and Link. They're dollar store Rhett and Link.
But they
And
have
that's
more
what they are.
subscribers.
They're
which
hey,
sucks.
no, we have Rhett and Link at home, and then at home you have the Fine
Ugh.
Brothers.
That's a good joke.
That's a good one.
Classic meme template.
Do you think that the dude on the left's face is so stretched because the beanie is so tight it like pulls everything backwards? But he
No,
can't
he's
take
just
the
constantly
beanie. He's
being,
literally
like,
been wearing the
targeted.
same beanie since he was 12, and he hasn't gotten a bigger one, so it's like so tight that it pulls everything backwards at all times.
I think what it is it's like the Cronenberg movie Scanners, where they make people's heads explode, and someone like just couldn't quite finish the job with him.
Oh
so
yeah, so his
so
head is
he's-
only
It's like
half
1%. It's
exploded.
1%
exactly.
exploded.
It's in the
Okay.
process.
It really looks
Oh,
like
that's
that,
why
yeah.
he thought it was a good idea to trademark the word react and thought that would go over well.
His brain was
The best part
activated.
is when you watch the video, and at one point they're like, "We look forward to when we can look back to this moment, to this video,
Oh my
where we
God.
change everything."
It was truly formative when you think about it, because
Well, it
Oh,
was
man.
truly the moment that the public perception of them changed, so they weren't wrong.
yeah, they were perceived very, but there was a larger public perception of them, which is Benny Fine's doing. He's the true mastermind of YouTube.
Yeah.
He's been pulling all the strings.
Uh-huh.
All right.
He's
All
the
right,
industry.
Can we please, Yoshi? Can we please talk about Onision? We need
Sure.
to.
Look. Personally,
so-
and Nissan talks, as funny as they are, should always be kept to a minimum because you know that he jacks off the second someone starts talking about him.
no,
Anywhere he
but
is.
that
Like he wants
what we
people.
want.
I know he want. Why do you think he
We want
posted
his
videos
attention.
of like?
Well, when he gets encouraged, we get more quality material, and then we get to talk about said quality material. So it's
Yeah,
actually a
it's
positive
like an
feedback
infinite loop.
It's like climate change. That's what
we're
it's like.
helping
It's like
each other, Yoshi.
it's like climate change.
I hated Onision before it was cool back in like 2015 when he was like
I
people actually
didn't
still
know
liked
about
him.
Onision until
yeah,
it
you
was
fucking
cool
did,
to hate
Yoshi.
him.
You loved Onision.
What? I never seen an
You genuinely
Onision video.
You saw him on a Watch Mojo list and you liked him.
I saw him on a Watch Mojo list of most hated YouTubers. So
yeah,
I,
but you
I
said,
hate,
but then you were a contrarian Radiohead fan.
no,
back
no,
then.
not
You liked
toward
him.
Watch Mojo. They were my Bible. Are you joking? Did you know me?
Listen,
Okay.
Yoshi, on the first day of grade 9 all those years ago, remember you running in an Onision shirt, okay? And you jumped
yeah,
up
yeah.
and you said, "Who wants to taste my baby carrot?" And that's why you had no friends for all of
What's really cool is that you have memories of me from grade 9, and I didn't know who you were till like.
No, straight up, I sat next to you for all of grade 10, and I had like very vivid memories of you, and I thought
And
we
I
were
have
friends,
none of
and
you.
you didn't even
Only
realize I
memory I have of
existed.
you in grade 10 is when I'll never forget this. We were playing volleyball. This kid right here, Will, he rips off his shirt, swings it around when he's about to serve the ball, turns around, and as he turns around, our gym teacher, the opposing coach of the basketball game that's about to take place after school, their entire team and the coach's like infant son all come into the gym.
He wasn't an infant.
The first The first thing they're greeted with is Will's nipples. His the top half of his naked torso.
I remember like I was planning that, so I like unbuttoned my shirt like 5 minutes before I did it, and I was just holding my shirt, like
you were
waiting
planning
to
that. You were really
waiting to rip it open when you scored a point, or when I scored a point.
Well, I remember Mr. pulling you aside, and I had no idea what you guys were talking about. I assumed like it was crazy because you only got an 85. That's the lowest mark he'd ever given. And
I think I literally got something like an 85, and I only went to half of gym classes.
Yeah, and you did that, just to give people an indication of the teacher we had. You exposed yourself to an entire school basketball team and a toddler.
He was like 10. Shut the fuck up.
And
he's old enough to know what nipples are.
That's the only memory I have of you from like the first 2.5 years of high school.
Yeah, but luckily we became. I got you on to bet No Tomorrow, and that's what really solidified everything.
Then it was just love at first sight, as we all know.
How many days have I forgotten?
Have you forgotten? Have I forgotten?
How many days have I forgotten?
You don't even know your
brought
own
up
lines.
No Tomorrow. You kind of have to share it with the audience.
You know, I'll put clips. Yes. I'll put clips like of the lines we're saying in the podcast.
Tasters.
I'll intercut it.
Shut up! How many days have I forgotten?
Please put the clip of the girl saying, "He's mine."
He's mine.
That was Bill.
Not the girl.
That was Bill.
What are you saying?
Oh, yeah, Bill.
I just doxed him.
Okay, there's so much doxing. I'm gonna have to go through this whole thing and censor so. You also said the name of our gym teacher, so like the amount of shit I have to like bleep is insane.
It's worth it.
And it's only you doing it. Gotta keep your doxing levels down, man.
Boxing and doxing. What can I say? I'm the next Paul. I'm the lost Paul brother.
Wait,
truly.
so does that mean I'm boxing?
Yes.
You're doxing and I'm boxing.
Oh shit!
No,
I got
both.
totally sidetracked. I was gonna
boxing.
talk about why I hated Onision because he fucking like. I saw a video where he like.
Why do you hate Onision?
No. Sorry, I meant back in like
Onision?
2015. Why I hated Onision before it was cool. Okay. Because like I saw a video where he was like responding to like comments from his fans, and one fan said she was abused like by her mom, and then Onision was sitting out in like a basketball field or some shit with motivational music playing, was like, well, it's probably your fault because like, you know, moms naturally like don't tend to abuse, so if you're getting abused, maybe like you're doing something that's like bad, so like maybe you should just like stop. And then then I looked at more. I thought that was asinine as fuck because like the worst. I'd seen one of his comedy sketches and I thought it was pretty bad. That's how I got to like that video, but I didn't realize that he was a cunt. Like I didn't realize how much of a cunt he was yet, even at that point. But then I went down like this Onision rabbit hole,
tame.
And I saw this video. I saw this weird video which was like called "Haters United" or something, where he was like, and there was like a cutout of his ex-girlfriend. There's like a cutout of his ex-girlfriend there the whole time.
He burnt her some shit and did like a demonic
ritual. I later saw a video of her like crying and him like screaming shit at her like fantastic. But like no, I think this was actually a different ex-girlfriend that he like cut out and put into the video
and then went on about how lonely he was because she left him.
And like at this point I was starting to question his sanity.
Is this the woman that he like filmed having a mental breakdown?
That's a different one who like that was this like Canadian pop star who he somehow convinced to be his girlfriend who like had.
You folks know way too much about Onision mythology. I only know the.
It's interesting. It's interesting.
If you spend enough time around us, you'll learn.
Yeah, there's too much. Did you hear about when his kid fell out the window and he like?
I think he stood there for like 10 seconds watching it happen.
and he pulled out his camera and recorded a vlog. Classic.
And was like, my child fell out of a window.
But then the vlog unfortunately got lost in the editing bay, and that's what we never. It would have been a killer vlog though.
Yeah, it's like the classic. What's his face? When summoning my dead girlfriend through the Ouija board.
No, wait, I just remembered why I even why I found the first Onision sketch that I saw that brought me to like that other shit is because like back in 2015 I was like I was all on about like vegetarianism and shit, and I was trying to find like videos about like vegetarianism, and I found a video of his which was like 5 stupid things meat eaters say, and I was like, yeah, rail into him. But then he managed to be
Number 1, meat is yummy. No, it's not. That's no common misconception.
He managed to be so obnoxious, and like I can't, like, you'd have to watch the video, I can't describe it, but there's like a part where like there's a meat eater eating veal, and Onision comes and he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And the meat eater's like, what, I'm just eating babies. I just love to eat babies. What's wrong with eating babies? So
okay,
like
I recently saw a post on the Facebook where someone says yes, it's really bad that people had slaves in America, and people need to white people need to hold themselves more accountable for the actions of their ancestors. But that is nowhere near as disgusting and reprehensible as the actions meat eaters commit every day.
That is so true. Holy shit.
here's the thing.
Can we just call this the anti-meat podcast?
The anti-meat union.
We hate meat.
The more that, like, I love people who subscribe to the Morrissey school of thought and go, he's right, he's right. People don't realize what's going on in those meat factories, that factory farm.
Factories.
It's like Auschwitz, but worse, because it's on a larger scale.
To be fair, there are like 90 billion chickens on Earth. That's insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we don't need.
Okay, let me say
many.
this. Is it possible that one day when we like have figured out synthetic meat, that we'll all look back at like fucking factory farming and be like, bro, that was fucked up, man.
Yeah, but everything has to age badly, right?
Well,
Until
yeah, like there's a lot of shit that we will be looked like. If humans still exist in like 1,000 years, then we're gonna be looked back at the same way we look back at like the fucking medieval ages.
Times.
Yeah.
My favorite. You know what's so unrealistic? All those like old people saying, "Oh man, we're gonna be looking back on these millennials using their phones, and the phones are gonna be the next cigarettes." It's like,
yeah, fucking
what
phones give you
universe?
cancer, dude.
I mean, maybe phones are radiating.
Yoshi,
like,
what would be the how cigarettes have
the PSAs? The PSAs? Oh, vape
no.
instead?
What would the phone replacement be?
Oh, we're gonna revert back
Phone
to flip phones. We're gonna revert back to flip
Yeah,
phones.
Motorola.
Oh no, because that's not. No, it's gonna be arm implants. That's gonna be the new thing. It's gonna be
arm implants. Yeah,
the organic
phone.
No, we're just gonna start writing on leaves and throwing.
Yeah,
them
just go back to
everything's
funneling them through the wind.
Do you think that life is kind of poetic in that it starts at monkey and it will like end as monkey?
Yeah, and it'll end in monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know those amazing evolution charts that shows teenagers slouching, and it's like,
Oh,
wow,
those are so
we're
good.
going back to the caveman.
No, the best
I
was
love
where
that
it's like
shit
we're
posted on
the
Facebook.
Facebook logo. Yeah, the Facebook logo one.
Like the human, like the
Put an
the crude
iFunny
stick
watermark
person,
at the
like,
bottom and
forms into an F.
Yeah,
Like,
it's so good.
awesome.
Now we finally know where the logo comes from.
listen. Here's what's gonna happen. We're
Who's
humans.
so out of touch that they think that Facebook is the main thing that's like killing the minds of.
Yeah.
I don't know
of the
who's
youth
so
these
out of
days.
touch that they still use Facebook. Is their name Yoshi?
Yes. Yeah, I debate.
And
with
every time
people
I
about
open
hip-hop.
Facebook, you like just posted something new yesterday, and I'm like, Yoshi, why do you do this to yourself?
How do you get that notification?
Because I don't know why, but you always pop up first on my Facebook. I think it's because you were one of the, because I never used Facebook much, so you were one of the only people I messaged on Messenger. So then it like.
Wait, but I haven't posted in a really long time. What do you mean by that?
Okay, well that must be like a year ago or something.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
But like up until then, I remember that you used Facebook. all
Wow,
the time.
every day, man, I just look at my Facebook feed and you're just spamming the shit out of it.
Yeah.
man.
Meanwhile,
You're so out of touch.
I'm a high IQ Reddit user, so I'm absolved. I'm like totally cool and fine.
Yeah, you're
No,
absolved.
but back to that conversation about how, like, if we're looking back in 1,000 years, we'll be seen as like barbaric cannibals. Like, you know how medieval punishment was like hanging and stuff.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
it was worse than that. They had a fucking
like being
cow
stuck
where
in
you
a
like light a
barrel.
fire under the
Iron Maiden.
the iron cow
now,
and
but
like
now,
you
Yeah,
burn
but
it
now it's
alive
like
inside.
jail time, and
No,
in
no,
1,000
no.
years, that'll be seen as
No, guys, you don't get it.
Horrible.
Now the torch. Back then it was bloodletting, and it was like the Iron Maiden, and they throw you in the dungeon. Now they vaccinate you.
Yeah,
They make you wear a
autism,
mask.
bro.
They just
Yeah.
straight up vaccinate you. They're just ruthless. They
make us.
They
stay
make you
inside.
wear a
autism into
mask,
you.
and the mask literally prevents you from getting oxygen.
Or
to
according
kill
to
you.
the great singer-songwriter Van Morrison, it prevents you from being able to
God.
speak up against the government.
Don't bring that up, Yoshi.
Bro, the step,
I don't want to think about
as we
that.
all know, step one of creating like a totalitarian state is like make everyone wear a surgical mask. That's how
Yeah,
the Nazis
dude.
did it. That's how Hitler
They did
seized
do that.
power.
Remember that?
What they do is they get you to wear a mask, and so then when people try to speak out against a dictator, the mask blocks them, so they can't speak out against the totalitarian government.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah,
No, but notice how this all started right when Joe Biden was elected.
bro.
That's not true.
This all
Yoshi,
started
notice-
literally
think
right
about it,
when
though.
Obama was elected, bro.
Yeah, right when Obama.
That's when COVID
He's
started.
trying to censor us.
That's when the Chinese people started getting to work in the lab to create masks.
Oh, speaking of the lab, why don't we talk about the best lab created to be perfect cinema experience ever created? Manos, the Hands of Fate. That's the second topic.
Manos.
The first topic was supposed to be the Paul brothers, but we kind of meandered from that. But it was worth it.
It wasn't interesting.
It
enough.
wasn't
There
interesting
that
enough to
much
stick
it.
on that
There's
for
not
30
much to
minutes.
talk
So,
about
like,
there. Just Jake Paul is fighting Floyd Mayweather. What an idiot! He's gonna
The
lose.
whole conversation just, I don't like Jake
Bruh.
Paul.
We don't like Jake Paul.
Jake
Nobody
Paul's
likes Jake
stupid.
Paul. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, that would have been great for 30 minutes.
No,
And
but
then we
Manos
just-
didn't
we
even
just-
finish Manos. Like, we could not
Yeah,
get
we couldn't
through
do it. We couldn't do it.
Wait, you couldn't
We
finish?
watched, like, the first hour.
I finished the whole. Wait, it's only an hour long.
Oh.
Yeah.
so
It
maybe
feels
we-
like 3
Yeah, we
hours,
did
but
finish.
it's 1
Mika,
hour.
Mika,
left.
we did finish it. Mika, we did finish it.
I didn't finish it.
Oh, I finished it. You left. I finished it.
Okay.
Oh.
Now let me go because I just watched it a few hours ago. So let me go through my experience for you.
Okay, yeah, it's been like a
So
year since
I put on the
seen it,
movie,
so.
and I knew it was gonna be great. The second there were like no logos or credits or anything, it just started.
And
the
there's some
second
really
I
weird
hit play,
lounge music playing
it
when the
starts with this
families are wearing,
fucking
wearing
like
shades and they're in their sports
like
car.
I don't know, like
They're just cruising.
144p quality like jazz music playing with like a,
the
like,
lounge music, the spa.
a clip
We're in
that
the
was
spa.
on a tripod but still somehow shaky of like them
Yeah,
driving.
amazing.
And then they
Yeah.
drive for like 5 minutes, nothing happens. And then they started talking, and that's when I realized that not only is every single line dubbed, but it's all dubbed incorrectly to their mouth
Yeah,
movements.
exactly. Classic. Yeah, and it's probably different actors too. What I like most about it is there's not much I do remember about it, but what
I remember
do
a lot, so I can
about it-
definitely
Yeah,
jog
of
your
course you
memory.
do. But what I do remember about it is there was this entire like sequence that felt like it was a year long because it was so slowly
them
paced, and they kept
driving
showing that
slowly?
weird painting.
Oh,
over and
shit,
over again.
that shit.
The painting.
Anyway, what happened is they this movie's had such a low budget that they couldn't actually find lighting. So when they filmed the nighttime scene, people would just be entering and exiting this void, like just this hellish dark void, like they'd just be waltzing into the darkness, like, oh no, our dog has left, let's go find the dog, and then they just kind of run out, and like you hear sounds and you just see darkness.
Okay,
for
Yoshi,
like,
that's incorrect because there's no sounds in this movie at any fucking point except for
oh
dubbing.
yeah, that's true.
There's
yeah, they
no
just show
sound
the,
effects.
They show the painting for 30-second durations, like 10 different times, just in case you didn't realize it was in the
Yoshi,
room.
the only
'Cause
thing
the director doesn't trust the viewer.
The only thing in this movie is the lowest quality audio of a jazz song that never stops, no matter what's happening on screen.
Yeah, it's like a really weird like lounge song
It's like
that,
accidentally avant-garde and experimental.
that no human being can possibly like conceive because it's just so weird.
All right, let me continue painting my shot by shot experience with this masterpiece. So
the trauma's more fresh
it's
in your mind.
So they're in the car and they're like lost, I guess, and then it just cuts away from them to a different couple. And now this couple is
that's classic.
absolutely integral to the movie. The movie could not survive if we didn't keep
they
cutting
keep getting
to this.
chased by the cops, right? The cops just keep
Wait, I'm getting to that.
relocating
I'm
them.
getting to that.
It goes,
So
hey,
they're-
folks, you guys can't make out here. This is the highway. Why don't you go make out in another portion of the highway so I can find you again, and then lecture you in a similarly robotic fashion.
So this couple is kissing, and the police pull up. The Blue Lives pull up, and they're just
Don't
like
forget the jazz music.
the jazz music
the
is
jazz
blaring
music.
in like fucking I don't know, 20p, whatever the lowest quality I've ever heard.
Hey, folks.
And the fucking
8-bit jazz music.
the police are just like, okay, it is illegal to kiss. You're going to have to move.
The PDA Gestapo show up and they're like, hey, folks, we can't be too raucous in here because this is where the upstanding rural community hangs out.
On this fucking road with
demonic
no traffic, like
rituals with the hand suit.
and so that then they move and then you don't see them for like 40 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, they're like a weird motif, right? Like the film's like, wow, it's time for some comedic relief. Let's show the kissing couple again, getting their day ruined by this persistent cop.
That was truly the Jar Jar Binks of this movie.
Yes.
As George Lucas would say, the whole thing relies on Jar Jar in the same way that this whole movie relies on the couple kissing and then getting cock-blocked by the police.
It's actually a metaphor for the human condition and how Manos kind of feeds off it, right?
Yes.
He feeds off it.
Yeah.
So
and he ties up the woman, and the women are tied up.
Okay, well, spoilers. We're going through this movie.
Oh, yeah, sorry, some people haven't seen that part. That's the big twist.
Yeah.
That's a big spoiler.
All right, so
can't just do that.
It goes back to the... By the way, at one point, when it had been so long since we've seen the second couple that I legitimately wondered if it was just, supposed to be the same couple, but, the actors didn't want to do that scene, so they just, replaced them with two different... Because it made so little sense to just cut to a different...
They were kissing for so long, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
It was just so
I think it was a full minute of just,
The jazz music made it really hot.
That was way too audible, man. That was... It was like a suction. It was like a nice...
for you.
Thank you. I heard everything that was happening inside your mouth. I got the whole anatomy.
The couple gets to the house, and what I really love, yes, the house.
Wagnerian,
it's a crossover.
Same
Orwellian proportions right there.
They get there, and then do you guys remember that part when it just cuts to a different take of the same take?
Oh,
but it's the same angle.
Yeah.
It's very that part was very Ingmar Bergman for me. In Persona where they play the same scene twice but from different perspectives. Yeah, it's kind of like Bergman, but in a more abstract, Orwellian fashion, almost Wagnerian, almost Lynchian.
Wagnerian, yes. Kind of Beatles-esque.
This reminded me of a little bit of Eraserhead.
Yeah, it was very Lynchian in its Bergman kind of Paul Thomas Anderson approach.
Yes. So then, this is also my first taste of when the director decides that a line isn't clear enough, a character just has to say it again. So it's really so the woman's just I don't want to go in, and then I remember his name, Michael Scott.
Oh, you remember his name?
Yeah, because I just watched it. Michael Scott is just but we don't have any other options, and then she's but I don't want to go in, and then he's what do you say?
This. Yes, I remember this. You're jogging my memory.
Torgus. I don't remember his name. Torgo?
It's Torgo, yeah. Or it's Jorgo or something like that.
Torgo, can we come in? He's And she's but I don't want to go in. And that just sort of and then they stare at each other for a solid minute, and then he's just
and then they show that fucking painting with radio silence for 30 seconds, and then they have the same conversation.
Yeah, then they go in, and then they they have the same conversation that they've already been having about how she's yo, I don't want to be here, and they see the painting, and then there's this weirdest part. There's this weirdest part where Torgo comes up behind Michael and just prods him with his cane, and then Michael turns around, and you expect that Torgo is gonna say something, but he just stares at him, and then Michael turns back around, and then it cuts away.
Okay, can we appreciate that Torgo has the best theme music of any character?
You mean the same jazz music that's playing?
It's it sounds like Prokofiev. It sounds like Peter and the Wolf, the oboes and shit. It's so funny. It's so regal.
Character in Manos Hands of Fate.
Manos and his Hands of Fate.
I like the painting.
The painting's good. The painting's really smart because it's like Jordan Peele in that it's foreshadowing.
Yeah, it's
right?
it shows the Get Out.
It shows the villain in the painting, but slightly obscure.
I wouldn't have predicted that Manos would be in the movie Manos Hands of Fate. And
Manos and his Hands of Fate are in the movie.
What's even
so they make characters. They make a cameo. His Hands of Fate make a cameo.
What's even more helpful is that they go outside and they see the dog, and the woman's like, "That's the dog from the painting." Because I didn't remember the painting, so thankfully
once again,
she spells it out.
The director doesn't trust that there's a sentient audience watching.
I've never
movie.
watched a movie that thought I was so dumb as this movie. I almost forgot something. I almost, like, back from when they were driving, there's a part when I guess they needed a dead end street, but they couldn't find one. So he turns onto a street that clearly just turns left, but yet he still just drives into the bushes. He's like, "Yo, this street's a dead end," and you can literally see the street turn behind him.
Okay, but, dude, you're just nitpicking at this point.
That's true.
Like, come on,
what
they
am I
can't all
talking
be perfect.
Yeah,
movies,
look at the
right?
bigger picture.
Yeah, like
the bigger
the
painting.
The reason Eraserhead is so enthralling is because it's so imperfect. It's so human. It's so abstract.
Yeah, that's what the movie is. It's human.
This movie is so unapologetically human in a way that it's more human than we are.
It's so
because it doesn't think we're humans capable of human thought.
This is a movie for AI to, like, learn.
To learn how humans function.
But then AI will think that it's normal for, like, if you are at a creepy hotel and your dog suddenly dies, just be like, "Let's still stay here, though." Whatevs.
Man.
Wait,
And
it says here that there's a Manos Hands of Fate video game.
Fuck yeah.
Oh my
that
god.
real?
Is it like on the level of the
this
Back
movie?
to the Future video game?
Hold on, is it? I don't know if
But
it's
I feel
real.
like Angry Video Game Nerd talked about this movie.
It's obviously fan made. It's obviously fan made.
It was released in 2012.
Yeah, there's no way.
Okay.
There's no way.
That would be insane.
Okay,
That would be
actually, I think
based off a game.
If it had the same continuity errors as the movie, that'd be amazing.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Like, you're just running across the level,
And then
you
the
just
whole level
teleport,
changes.
and then suddenly you're the boyfriend of the couple who are kissing in the car.
Okay, one of my favorite parts from the movie is when they're talking about the kid when the kid is literally right there. And they're like,
Oh yeah.
the mom is like, she's like, "We have to get out of here. It's not safe." And then the dad's like, "Yes, she will understand. She is my girl." And then the mom's like, "We have to explain it to our child." And then the dad's like, "Yes, she will understand. She is my girl." And then she's like, "How do we explain it to her? How do we make her understand?" And then he's like, "She will understand. She is my girl." And then they turn
Oh yeah,
around.
that was classic.
Yeah, and then they turn around. They turn around.
They have to
and
emphasize that she'll understand because it's the human condition.
And then they turn around and see that as they were saying that, she fucking ran outside, like, into the murder dog area.
Looks like someone didn't understand.
Apparently.
Guys, stop talking for a second.
Yep.
Stop talking for a second.
Yes.
This is Torgo's theme.
Yes, that I remember that shit.
Every time he walks, every time it's like Prokofiev. It's like Pure and the Wolf. It's like Wagner. It's like David Lynch. It's like Plato. It's like Aristotle.
Yeah, and
it's like George Orwell.
In a very Tarantino fashion, the music you see
Tarantino-esque.
doesn't reflect necessarily what's going on in an ironic sense, very intentionally. So when fucking Torgo is like perving on the girl, like the same calm jazz music that's been playing the whole movie. No, it's not even that. It's like the calm, relaxed, like jazz music as he's like, "I'm going to forcibly take you as my wife."
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like the music's just like.
I really like how Manos is speaking so biblically as he ties up women just in like a...
He never is not speaking biblically at any point.
I know, but I think
the
that's
best part, my favorite part of the movie,
particularly kinky, and it's
is the last shot where it's the painting and it says "the end?" ?
No,
Oh, yeah,
it's not even. Oh yeah, it is the painting.
It leaves it.
Yeah, but
open-ended.
we'll get there. We're like halfway through the movie now.
The painting wasn't actually foreshadowing for Manos. It was foreshadowing for the twist ending, where we don't actually know if it's the end or not.
Yeah, we don't know what happened.
And it also makes
statement.
literally no sense for reasons I will address very shortly.
Oh yeah, more plot holes, more nitpicking into. This is what everything wrong with Manos Hands of Fate.
Cinema sins. Every sin.
Sinless sins.
Number 1, the movie's old. What the
Wait,
fuck? Why isn't it in HD?
Look at the camera quality.
It had a budget.
The camera quality is so
It had
bad.
a budget. I didn't know it had a budget. It has a budget of $19,000, and they use
Damn.
it all to buy Manos' costume.
Why don't we approach this? Why don't we?
That costume was $19,000.
To tailor it.
Yeah,
No,
bro,
of
they
course
were
not, but-
able to afford like a $50 Halloween costume for him, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, no, but they tailored it to him because he has such a nice body, and they wanted it to
It's very
really
unique.
encapsulate the actor's spirit.
Why are
So,
the
like, it was
fingers
method
so
acting
long?
in a sense.
Why did they not shape a human hand correctly on it? Like it looks like Gollum's hands. It doesn't look like an.
The hands of fate, you mean?
Oh yeah,
hands of
but
fate?
they're not human hands. They're the hands of fate of Manos.
Yeah, come on, man.
So, anyways, this fucking
Is Manos just Latin for hands, by the way?
I hope so.
Am I tripping, or is that true?
Hands of fate.
Is this movie called Hands of Fate?
Now we're at. I hope so. That'd make it so much better. Also, speaking of
I'm looking it
Manos,
up.
or fucking the first time. Hold on, wait. The dude who wears the thing, he isn't Manos, right? Because I've watched the whole movie and I'm still not even 100%.
He's Manos. He has the hands of fate.
But
What are
then
you
why does
talking
he
about?
why does he pray to Manos and like say by Manos' will and stuff?
Because he's you know how kings are like the royal we. It's kind of like that.
I
Like
see.
he prays to himself because he's like the royal Manos, right?
Of course.
He speaks of himself in the third person. He prays to himself. 'cause
Thanos the Manos.
only Manos can truly judge all of us, right? So it's like
Is Manos Thanos' last name?
Thanos.
Thanos hands.
That sounds like a Monty Python thing. Manos.
That's yeah.
Okay,
Or
Thanos
Harry
versus
Potter
a
spell or
Manos. Who's
something.
more powerful?
The hands of fate.
Of course. The Hands
It's
of
not
Fate.
Manos is just the vessel.
The Hands of
hands.
Fate. Okay, Manos could easily set his wives to rub Thanos to death and then make him touch fire, which will make him explode and then he'll run away.
Yeah. No, like he.
But
can
that's
just,
a
like,
spoiler. I won't
He
get
can
there.
do what he did to Torgo, and it would be game over.
But anyway, instead of Cinema Sins, why don't we approach this in like a Cinema Wins vein? So I'm just going to talk about
Ooh,
what I
yeah.
like now. So
Okay,
the
that
first
music
time,
slaps.
the first
That
time,
music slaps.
the first time we see Manos, what's really helpful is when he gets up. The film cuts to the painting just to remind you that this is in fact the man in the painting, because no one
Yeah,
would have
yeah.
realized that otherwise if they
It could
didn't
just
cut
be,
to the painting.
because that
be
could be
anyone.
depicting his twin brother Thanos.
Yeah, of course. GLaDOS. It could have been shown his brother GLaDOS, and that would have been a problem.
Nanos.
And,
Hermanos.
and I believe
Hermano.
Gus Hermanos.
Hermano.
What
Uh,
if Gus Fring
Fists
came
of
to this movie at
Justice.
one point? So, anyways, I don't remember. Okay, I think around that time, that's when we cut back to the couple, and it's at nighttime now, and they're still kissing. They've been literally making out all day, from sunrise to sunset. But unluckily, the law catches up with them once again, and Lieutenant Policeman is like, guys, what the fuck did I say? Love is illegal. You must move this vehicle and go
Wait,
kiss
Will,
somewhere else.
Can I set the scene?
Yes.
Keep going.
You must move this vehicle. Come on, lay off us. No, you must move this vehicle. But we didn't even... You must move this vehicle. It is illegal to kiss. Please move further away from us and then kiss. That is legal. It's only illegal to kiss when a police officer is
I
nearby.
am Manos, and these are my hands of fate. There shall be no PDAs in my realm.
Michael! Okay, wait, we're getting to my favorite part of the movie, when Michael's just walking and Torgo just runs up to him and then knocks him out in one hit and ties him to a pole for some
that's
reason.
classic, yeah.
Instead of just killing him, he
His
ties him to
form-
a pole and then walks away, and he's tied to that pole for like 20 minutes, which is like a third of the
See-
movie.
See, yeah, the third movie. What's really good is that we've now gone full circle in this podcast because Torgo's form is very reminiscent of the great fighter Jake Paul in that it looks like he operates under such finesse and such panache and like that when he makes contact with Michael's face, it's like he's not actually making contact
Yes.
at all.
Yeah.
Because such a swift blow, and also because he's not making. It's very evident in the movie he's not making contact at all because they didn't act it very well.
But this movie's acted great. What the fuck? What are you talking about?
No, just
Yeah,
that
sure,
one.
man.
I'm just saying, if there's one cinema sin, and there's only one sin in this movie, is that it doesn't really look like he's making contact, which is really odd because I would have liked to see
Sex
Torgo's
scene.
fighting prowess more represented in this movie.
I thought
because
you,
I
I
know
thought you,
that's
I
like-
thought you were shipping Michael and Torgo. That's kind of what I wanted to see in this movie, but whatever. Anyways, speaking of hot relationships, I believe around this time you meet Manos' wives. And
Oh,
you see,
classic.
it's heavily implied
He's a
that they're.
real-
It's heavily implied and even stated at one point that they're all under a spell, and yet they all clearly hate Manos, except for like two of them, and they all like bicker the whole movie. In fact,
Oh yeah,
they bicker.
That's like
so
some Greek mythology. shit,
their
too.
bickering
That's-
leads to my
yeah.
favorite moment when two of them are arguing, and one of them's just like, "You should die." And then and then a second of silence goes by, and then she just like lightly slaps her, but there's like this really loud slap sound effect, and this very aggressive slap reaction.
I'm getting cold, mother.
And then like they all start killing each other because they like disagree about. But this is around the point of the movie you find out that Manos wants to kill the main characters, but he hasn't.
Right, yeah.
He hasn't done it yet because he doesn't want to do it
He's just gearing
yet.
up.
Yeah,
he just wants to dress.
He's just
he wants to savor it. He wants to savor.
I
this
mean, one of them
moment.
is tied to a pole, and the other two are sleeping. But this isn't a good time. He has to wait until later.
Yeah.
So
Well,
anyway,
you know what's really cool? You know what's really cool?
Is it the fight scene when the wives start fighting each other, and that one wife gets like KO'd like 3 times, where she just
That's
falls
classic.
on the ground
Oh, yeah.
for like 10 seconds, and then she gets up
But
and
no, she's not done. Yeah,
and then
she's
starts fighting again, and then gets knocked out again, and then she just keeps. She doesn't go down.
To be fair, that does follow the rules of like the archetypal action climax, where you're supposed to believe that the good guy has the lead, then the bad guy has the upper hand. But no, she has to get up because
She is full of determination.
this film is the most well-paced movie in modern history.
Just
Or at
all of
least in
history,
recent memory.
but all of history.
And all of history, true. In all of,
And then
After all
I think the most memorable part of the movie is when one of the wives just breaks away from the wife fight just temporarily, and she finds Michael. She does a very sensible thing to do. It's not even clear if she realizes that Michael is the guy that they're debating about killing or not. But she goes up to Michael, she makes out with him for 10 seconds, then she slaps him 4 times. But like she does it in a Manos slap fashion where like her hand doesn't make contact with his face, and it plays a
of course.
super loud sound effect. And it's like a slow motion slap. And then she
Yeah.
walks away, and then like they never have contact again. And it's
now you know what's really cool?
what?
Did you when I played the soundtrack just now? Did you hear the lines of dialogue?
Yes.
No.
I was
Barely.
playing the soundtrack. These guys put the dialogue in the soundtrack album
Because the dialogue is so
because they
memorable.
couldn't edit it out. They couldn't do it. And
Because
that's
you think
amazing.
there's any existence of this music itself, like on its own?
No, that makes me think that to record the music, they actually just had a speaker that they put beside the microphone.
It sounds like they did that for the whole movie.
You know what's really
Yeah,
weird?
that's why
The
it's like
movies
that.
the movie's an hour, the soundtrack's 43 minutes, and they still
Of
include the
hot
dialogue.
jazz tunes.
What did they cut from the soundtrack? What do they deem unworthy? Oh, I guess
Well,
never
they-
mind, because the movie's about 20 seconds of silence. Okay, I see what
Yeah,
they
because
did.
there's
Yeah, the
moments.
painting
There's never
scene.
The
sound.
entire movie's still here. The entire movie's still accounted for.
The only thing that make the fight scene better is the fact that there's never any sound effects during it. But like,
Oh yeah, it's like
they're silently fighting on
it's
the
al-
beach.
No, that's intentional. It's almost like a modern dance, right?
Yes,
it
yeah.
seems like it's graceful and it's sophisticated.
And then, fucking, what happens next? Oh yeah, so then, Michael's wife wakes up and realizes that he isn't there. And again, the director is very helpful because then she's like, Michael, where are you? And very conveniently, the director cuts to Michael tied to the pole just to remind you that Michael is in fact currently tied to that pole and he's not with her.
That's where he is.
And hold on. It gets
shucks.
It's even better because then it cuts back to her and she's like, Michael! And then once again, it cuts back to him just to make sure that you understand that this is in fact Michael who's tied to the pole and not the guy from the other couple.
All right, folks. That about concludes our podcast for today.
What?
Is that true?
Do you actually? We're not even done Manos.
Oh, we've already hit. We've already hit.
We're already an hour in. That flew by.
Hold on. We ain't there yet.
Well,
we
the
ain't there
doorbell.
There's
I think
5
Yoshi's
seconds.
girlfriend just arrived.
Are you serious?
He might
Is
have
that
to cut it
actually? Are
short.
you actually gonna go dip just to simp when we're not even done Manos?
That would suck.
That would be on the on the first podcast.
Jesus, Yoshi.
Okay, fine. One more topic.
Okay, well, we're not even done Manos, so let's finish that.
We're not done Manos. We gotta
But we're
finish
almost done.
Manos,
We're
finish
almost done
Manos.
Manos. I almost forgot to mention when we cut back to the second couple that one time. What I really like is that they actually tell the police, "Why don't you go after the other couple?" There's only 2 couples in existence, and they both know about each other.
So good.
They never come into
How
contact.
are they aware of the existence of each other? That doesn't.
Because they're the only 2
That's
couples
weird, yeah.
that exist.
Because they're like the whole time they're just looking into each other's eyes
Yeah,
and
it's-
kissing.
Wait. That makes me
How'd they
feel
know
like.
it's the other couple?
Wait. Are the couples in on this plot to kill the family?
True.
Maybe they are.
Holy shit.
Because that's the only possible way they could have known. Oh my god, it's so clever.
Here's the truth. The couple
That's such a
is
clever twist.
Yoshi. The couple is the family from the past, and the other couple is the family from the future.
Okay, you know
Holy
what's
fuck.
weird? You know what's really odd about this? The only reason I'm apprehensive and don't think that's actually the twist is because it's not like the director to do that because they're not constantly telling us that was the plot twist. They're not going, turns out.
True, dude.
Yeah, Manos
And
isn't
then-
facing towards the
And
camera.
then they show the painting with like many seconds of silence and say, turns out they're us from the past. And then it shows the painting with and then it says, hey Michael, and it turns out they're the family from the past.
Okay, but listen,
and then it shows the painting.
Only one time wouldn't be enough. I think I need them to say it to me twice for it to
Yeah,
go
yeah,
through.
but slightly with a slight variance. Like,
No.
Guess what, Michael?
No. In
That's
this
too
movie, it's not even
complicated,
slightly
dude.
different. They just say the exact same line, the exact same way for a second time.
With
Just
the
in
same
case,
inflection, too,
in
yeah.
case you like went to the bathroom for like
No,
5 seconds.
a genius way of doing that is all the families meet up. The first family goes, "It's us from the future." The future family points to the present family and goes, "It's us from the present."
And then they do it again.
And then Manos
And then they do it again.
Torgo's Ramon.
And then Manos is
comes
like,
and
is this
Torgo's
the
Ramon.
family from the future and the family from the present slash past? of the-
Wait. That's why it's called Hands of Fate.
Oh shit!
Because
True.
Because
This
it's
is
their fate.
yet another cinema
Yeah.
win.
By making out on the highway, they sealed their fate.
Yes.
That
Just like
cop
at a wedding.
is Manos.
Okay, should I just
In his human
should I
form.
rapid fire through the rest of the movie because we're like 3/4 of the
Yeah.
way through? Okay, so some of my favorite stuff happens at this point. This is around the time that Michael just regains consciousness and unties himself in 1 second, even though his hands are tied behind his back. But like whatever, he's
called the Michael
good at
maneuver.
that. Torgo does not know to tie knots. Torgo only spent like 5 seconds tying the knot anyways. So like, he gets up. He briskly walks back to the building, and then he's like, "Yo, wife, we gotta get out of here." And she's like, "Good idea." And then they're like leaving, and the wife like stubs her toe and falls over like 5 meters out. And she's like, "Go on without me. I can't do it. I can't make it. I can't walk forwards any longer at a brisk pace. Take
Walking
the child and go."
forward
and then like she gets up and it cuts away to like the wives and like that shit, and it cuts back to them and she falls over again, and then once again she's like, "I can't do it. I can't walk. Take the child and run." And then she has the genius idea. Hold on. Why don't we go back to the house? They'll never think to look for us in the house, even though they know that we just escaped. And this is around the time that Manos finds out they escaped. And you see, he's very upset because he never realized that when he leaves 3 people in a house and he kills their dog and ties one of them up and doesn't lock any doors, that they might possibly leave the house. It was a very good plan, but somehow there was a problem with it.
Yeah, it just fell through. Just that one detail, that one crucial detail.
That one little slip.
He has to go back to like slapping his wife that he has tied to a pole like 1,000 times, and it cuts back to her.
Yeah,
It cuts back to her, and she has like a fucking gallon of blood on her face just from slaps. And
that's another issue I have with that movie, just in terms of like characters just kind of acting out of character. He is Manos' hands of fate, and yet
he should have slapped her more.
Can't predict that. Like, come on.
Also,
Like, do you expect me to believe that Manos, the omnipresent Manos, the hands of fate himself, couldn't like foresee that little thing in his plan would go wrong?
My little theory that I cooked up in my little lab here is that Manos is time. He is
Genius.
Time.
No, he's fate. He's fate.
No, he's not fate.
No, he's
Michael's fate.
No, he's fate. No, Michael is Manos. Michael is Manos.
Yes.
Dude, are there no characters in that movie?
Oh my god, they're all Manos.
Just Manos. They're all just Manos. He's slapping himself because he's a masochist, and he's also making out with himself.
Yeah.
And he's persecuting himself because that's like his weird. That's how he gets off. And then there's also the fact that he's also an entire family because he's like a psycho. That's why it's very Hitchcockian, right? It's very Hitchcockian because
of course
it's very Hitchcockian. Yeah.
He's the entire family. He's yeah.
So now we're at the very end of the movie. This is the point when they go.
He also plays all the instruments in the soundtrack.
That's why it's so good because he has the buttery hands of fate, which can hit the best notes.
Yeah.
So they go back to the house, and this is the best directing I've ever seen in my life. They walk it. It's showing a door for 10 seconds. They walk in. It cuts to a different take of the door for some reason, and then they walk up.
Because that just wasn't good enough. The door just wasn't.
Yeah.
The door missed their cue.
Yeah. So then they walk into frame, and then it cuts to a different take of the door, but the protagonists are now gone. Manos comes to the door. And then it cuts to a matching shot where the protagonists are there again, but now Manos isn't there anymore. And then he raises a gun. It cuts back, and now Manos is there, but now they're gone again. And Manos stares at them.
Okay,
and
come on, that's just Kubrickian.
Yeah,
that's like
no.
2001. You know, that's like
it's
so obvious.
It's some like Bergman shit.
Yeah, it's like some Bergman shit. That's exactly what it is.
So then he shoots Manos, and Manos poses for his photo shoot, and he stares straight in the camera and he strikes a pose. It's pretty hot. Then the camera fades to black, and then we cut back to the couple number 2, the other couple in existence of the two,
right.
And they're still making out at sunrise the next day, sealing their fate, and then
that's satire. That's political satire right there.
Oh, but before that,
that's about the U.S. election.
There's these 2 women that you cut to talking about some very interesting facts that are very relevant to the movie, and then they drive to the house, and then Michael is there, and he's like, "Yo, oh wait, I have to describe why I almost forgot about fucking very quickly how Torgo dies.
The classic.
Scene, like Manos before the fucking climax, Torgo he done fucks up. So Manos has to sentence him to die, but he's just such a loyal servant that even after he's been sentenced to die, he like still helps Manos for like the next few scenes, and then Manos is like, okay, now it's time for you to die, and then he sentences his wives to rub him to death. But then
they rub him to death.
Do you remember that scene? You saw it?
No, I don't remember that.
Oh no, you left before that. Yeah, I remember.
No, I was there for the whole thing. I repressed it, I guess.
But then he survives. Like they rub and slap him, but he somehow survives it because using the methods that you use to torture cock and balls does not always kill a human being. So
I feel like this movie is just a really elaborate, actually relatively high budget, really bad
experiment.
Pornhub video.
Or that, but they forgot to do the porn part.
No, it is. They did it.
Oh,
it's
true.
It's just very suggestive.
Yes.
It's not
softcore.
As
softcore.
And then Manos is like, "Yo, Torgos, touch this spear thing." And he touches it, and his hand separates from his body, and then he runs away without a hand, and you never see him again. So I guess he didn't. He didn't
is that
die.
the hand of fate?
Oh shit!
That's
Fuck,
one
dude.
of the hands of fate.
There's two.
Yeah, that's
There's
one
two.
of the hands of fate.
The other one.
That's why
hands
there's
of fate.
question mark, because they haven't found the second one yet.
Yeah, the end. Where's the other? Where's
end
Torgo's
question.
other hand?
The sequel
Where's
will
his
come
other
out one
hand?
day.
We never saw what happened to the other hand of fate.
Okay. Anyways, back to the ending. So Torgo ran away without one of his hands because one of his hands became the hand of fate. So fucking Michael is at the building, and he's like, "I am the servant of Manos," and then the audience is like, that's genius, holy fuck, that's genius. And then the text comes up that says the end, and it shows the painting, and it's the best movie of all time. And the ending's made even better when you remember that Manos said that he wanted to kill the three of them, and he he executed one of his wives for disagreeing with him, but then when push comes to shove, I guess he just changes his mind and decides not to kill them. So that's great.
Yep.
Dude.
It's like
It
it's
ends
like
where
a
it began.
circle. It's like a loop.
It goes full circle. Yeah, exactly. It's like
starts
climate change.
like
it's like
it's
a positive
like-
feedback loop.
It's like in the Sonic the Hedgehog movie when it starts with Sonic the Hedgehog running away from Eggman for some reason, and then
You're probably
later in the
wondering
movie,
how I got myself.
you're probably
into this
wondering.
situation.
Diana Wimpy Kid.
Yeah.
You're probably wondering why they made a Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Well,
Yeah.
you're about to find
We'll
out.
talk about that next podcast.
That movie's so
No,
shit.
we gotta talk about his house. We have to talk about house this podcast.
Should this just become a movie podcast?
Why don't we talk about
a
one
different
movie
every
basically
episode?
every podcast, except for
Yeah.
when we have a guest on that knows nothing about movies,
True.
which might be next time.
But,
I'm not sure.
But Will, you have to see House. It has to happen. It's gonna be your favorite movie.
I'll watch House. Weren't we going to talk about a good movie like quickly before the end?
Nope.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's complete.
I'm down for that.
So long, folks. Watching at home. I'm gonna log off.
Yoshi's gonna go with
thank you
sex.
for coming.
He's gonna go with sex.
Yep, it's gonna be great. Make sure to mute your mic while you're doing that.
Don't worry. It's gonna be like Manos Hands of Fate. That's what it's gonna be like.
Yes.
I'll see you all later.
Goodbye, Yoshi.
I'll see. We
See
should
ya.
call our fan base the Hands of Fate.
Yes, yes.
True.
Good night, my fellow
Does that make
hands.
us Manos? We're Manos.
We're the Manoses.
The
Cool.
Mano-C.
I'm Manos number 5. I'll see you.
Goodbye. All right, so quickly, what is the good movie that we were gonna go over?
I want to talk about Charlie Kaufman.
Yeah, yes.
His new movie.
Charlie Kaufman. Okay, that's actually good shit.
I fucking love that movie.
Yeah, Charlie Kaufman's one of the most creative people like in the industry. Like not many people. His movies, okay, most movies try to be meta in like a dumb way where like they have jokes that break the fourth wall, but Charlie Kaufman
Yeah.
is actually meta in the most creative like cool way you can do it. Like especially
the
adaptation.
new sense of humor
Yeah.
is like one stupid ass meta joke, but Charlie Kaufman, his whole movie
is
that
a meta
stupid-ass
joke.
meta
Yeah,
joke.
that's the
Yeah.
difference. Like adaptation, like was he actually approached to adapt the Orchids book and then like he couldn't figure out how to do that, so then he made that shit? Because
I'm not sure. That would be super cool though.
when I was watching it at first, I thought it was an adaptation of a real story, but then Meryl Streep chased him and his twin brother into the woods.
Yeah,
so
that
I
part
was
awesome.
wondering at that point, like
I'm pretty sure this is what my mom told me at least. The author of the Orchid book showed his son that movie, and his son asked her, "Did that really happen? Is that really true?" And she had to explain to him. She had to like.
no, she
explain
should have
to
just
him
said
that
yes.
It didn't actually happen.
I chased Charlie Kaufman and his twin brother, who are played by Nicolas Cage, into the woods, and I
what
tried to
movie?
kill them because they found me snorting plant drugs and having an affair.
The plant drugs.
Yeah,
God, I think that's my favorite Charlie Kaufman movie.
adaptation is great. Being John Malkovich is great. Eternal Sunshine's great. That's what got me into Charlie Kaufman.
Masterpiece.
I mean, he doesn't have any bad movies, but like his
He
new
has-
movie, I probably don't like it as much as adaptation or Eternal Sunshine, but I still really like it.
That's like my second favorite. Just like the atmosphere of the movie is so.
I'm thinking of ending things.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
It's so like dark.
the
I don't know
scenes
how to
are all
explain it.
so long, and the whole movie is like a metaphor, and it's
Yeah.
probably like none of it's actually like happening, but like
But it's still so entertaining.
I remember like at like the dinner scene, like before things
Ooh.
like got that weird, when they're all talking. Let me just look up the names of the characters because I don't remember.
Just say the dad and the mom.
But I don't.
Oh no,
I don't want to. I don't want to
is,
see the. I don't want to say the boyfriend.
The guy is Jake. His name's Jake.
Yeah, well, he's played by Jesse Plemons, so maybe I can just say that. So like, fucking Jesse Plemons is like, his mom keeps getting a word wrong, and he starts getting like really, uncharacteristically angry at her, and it's the most awkward shit that I've ever seen. Because at that point, you still assume that the movie like is actually happening and not just a weird metaphor.
You think it's real.
So like, that's the most uncomfortable, but like in a good way, movie scene. Wait, what the fuck? Why does this movie have a 2.4 out of 5 rating on Google? And the most popular rating is 1 out of 5. Yeah.
Oh yeah, a lot of people hate that movie.
It only has a 6.7 out of 10 on IMDb.
Why.
Well, I mean, I know why. It's not a normal movie. It's just people are too.
And it was like advertised a lot on Netflix.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know.
How is 1 out of 5 the most common score on Google though? Let me read one of the 1 out of 5 reviews. FYI, I've never written a movie/film review, but this film was so bad and such an irritating waste of time that I'm hoping to save other people from a similar experience. I expected better from Charlie Kaufman based on his previous works. Hopefully his next film will be better. While the story itself is interesting and the dialogue between Jake and young woman on the road trip is uninteresting for all about 5 minutes, the pedantry and pretentious dialogue is overt without having to spend an insufferable period of time listening/watching these characters drone on and on and on and on and on. Just like this review, which is this. Oh my god, this is a long review.
As much as I fucking love that movie,
you're allowed to not
has a point.
like it. Yeah, no, I mean,
has a point.
This is not a movie for everyone. Like, I mean, the movie is literally just pure atmosphere. There's like not even an actual plot on top of the atmosphere. It's like just atmosphere.
It's the anti-movie. It's like it should not be entertaining.
It's the life of Pablo of movies.
It's the life of Pablo of movies. You're so right.
It should suck.
So
it should suck by all means, but it just doesn't for some reason.
What part of the movie is the song Facts?
Yeah, it's the part when Jesse Plemons starts like he goes to Nike and he starts like dabbing in front of the front of the building.
That's the best part. Just the fact that that song is called Facts.
Why does Yoshi like that? That's the worst song on the album.
To me.
Why does Yoshi think that's like one of the best songs on the album?
He doesn't.
What? He keeps telling me that he thinks it's a banger. But he's like not. He's clearly not joking because like when I like rank Life of Pablo songs and that's like on the bottom. He's always like, "Why do you put Facts on the bottom?"
It's funny because it's a funny song. It's a goofy joke of a song. Anyways, have you seen that Black Mirror episode with Jesse Plemons?
I'm trying to remember which. I know that he's in the episode. Oh yeah, the Star Trek one. Yeah, that's I really like that one. That's
one of the better ones of season 4.
Ever since season 5 came and like nuked my opinion of Black Mirror, like I haven't thought about it nearly as much. Because like my opinion of the consistent after the Miley Cyrus episode, all my confidence.
I tried watching that.
Yeah, I watched it. Like I watched that season when it came out, and like I think I watched Smithereens first, which is the best of the season. It's still only mediocre. And I was kind of disappointed because it's not that good. And then I watched the one where 2 dudes fuck in a video game.
Oh yeah,
and that one was even worse.
It's so dumb.
And I was like, okay, this Miley Cyrus one better come in and save it. This better come in with the clutch. And then I watched it, and it's like, it's the very reasonable plot where a corporation takes Miley Cyrus's entire brain and puts it into a doll and puts an inhibitor on her brain, which can very easily be hacked by 2 children to put Miley Cyrus's entire brain into a toy, but no one thought to do it until 2 children did. And within the brain is the information that Miley Cyrus is actually being kidnapped by the Illuminati / her aunt. So then they go save her. And then she becomes like a punk rock artist, and all her fans hate her. But that's a good thing because like she's like
self-expression.
Yeah. She's making Miley and her dead pets. She's making great work.
Oh, that album.
Why did I put the dick in the pussy?
yeah, smoke pot. Yeah, what did she say? Yeah, I love beats.
I don't know, man. I blocked that album.
What a song.
My favorite song is the last song, which is like, what does it mean? What does it mean?
I'll be honest, I haven't heard anything other than that song because Yoshi plays it all the time.
Great album though.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. Honestly,
Like just like that episode, and anything she touches is gold.
true.
Charlie Kaufman would be lucky to work with Miley Cyrus, and like making that's Miley Cyrus watching fucking. I'm thinking of anything. She's just being like, "What does it mean?"
God, that movie is good.
I like it a lot. I mean, I still don't like it as much as the other two, because
Oh,
it
yeah,
is
not even close.
yeah,
but
like because like Adaptation and Eternal Sunshine are two of my favorite movies ever. So
I actually want to rewatch Adaptation. Like,
I just watched it quite recently. So.
you'd have to pay me to rewatch. I'm thinking of ending things.
That's the thing. I'm thinking of Ending Things as a movie I liked, but I never want to rewatch it. Because
Yeah.
it also doesn't really work. It wouldn't work as well in a second viewing. Because the first viewing, you're just like, what the fuck is happening? Why are the characters aging every time I see them again? What the fuck? And like, if you watch it again and you knew that was coming, like, and you knew that there's like no actual plot and the movie is just like raw emotion, then I don't know if it would work as well.
True. Like I watched it the first time on my own, and then I decided to show it to Yoshi. And on the second viewing, I was falling asleep. I could not handle it.
Yeah,
Like without the surprise or like
the surprise kind of
not knowing
keeps you
what's coming
going
next.
Yeah, because otherwise
exactly.
it's just it's a really long car scene, a really long awkward dinner scene, then creepy shit happens where like there's a dog that's like dead but it's also alive and shit, and then everyone starts aging, and then there's another really long car scene,
the
and then
dog.
they go to like get ice cream and everything's spooky, and they go to a school and there's like a dance and then it ends, and you're like, what the fuck
scene
just
that I
happened?
would watch a million times is first of all the pig scene at the end. I love that part.
When the is that like
Yeah, the decomposing pig.
yeah
That part's cool. And also the scene where the dad has Alzheimer's and is talking to the main character. That's the funniest shit to me.
I like when the mom gets
Such a
older
good
and older,
actor.
and then she's young suddenly, and then she's like, and then the dad's in a hospital bed.
Yeah.
And do they like switch places? I don't even remember. They might.
I don't know.
Everything gets more confusing as you keep watching it.
I think a good direction to take this podcast in when we have no guests is we talk about a bad movie first and then we move on to a movie we're like semi excited about.
Well, that's what we're doing right now. So
Like a good
except
movie.
that we've already
Yeah,
seen it.
So I think this is a good structure.
I think so too. I mean, we can. We could also do the same thing with music. I think it doesn't have to be
Oh, yeah,
movies.
yeah.
Like we could talk about The Big Day, for instance. If we were to talk about like an album that we have a lot to say about, and then move on to like I don't know, a great album like McCartney 3, for
Ooh,
instance.
McCartney 3.
a masterpiece.
Egypt Station.
Or Egypt Station, but McCartney 3 is fresh.
Dude,
Out
I
of the
could talk
gate.
about Paul McCartney's 2005 to 2020 albums all day long.
More like post 1975 albums.
Yeah, okay.
Wait, let me
You're
just
probably right.
let me just pull up my favorite song really quickly.
Play 3 seconds of the song "Fuh You" off Egypt Station.
Okay, the song I'm about to play, at least it doesn't sound like "Fuh You." I'll give it that. At least he was trying something new, though.
I don't know. At least he's trying. At least he's trying.
Well, I mean, yeah, he gave up in like 1999. I don't know, sometime around then.
Yeah. Who knows what he's up to?
Well, I mean,
What's even
I know what he's
more offensive
I know what
to
he's
me-
up to. He's up to this shit.
Oh yeah, McCartney 3. Have you seen the music video for this?
For what? For "Fuh You"?
For "Fuh
That's
You"?
literally what I have open right now with the kid in black and white, like
Oh, it's unbelievable.
just yelling into the camera. Fuh the world.
Okay, would you rather have to watch that on repeat for like years and years on end, or have to watch the Smosh Assassin's Creed song?
You as if you don't know the answer to that question. One of them has
don't.
Anthony Padilla being like, "How many fools can I kill today? Too many to count. Don't get my way." Dude, I watched that shit the day it came out. I used to be a Smosh fan when I was like when I was a kid. So like,
Yeah,
I
there's a lot more to
specifically I
analyze
remember
there.
that was the episode that came out after Food Battle 2012 too. Because like I was a big
Rank
Food
the
Battle
food
fan.
battles.
Okay,
Rank the food battles.
you know what's?
best
I
to
actually
worst.
went back to Smosh videos like recently, just like to see what they were like. And I'm gonna be honest, like the early videos from like 2006, 2007, 2008, when it was just two friends with a camera, are infinitely funnier than the shit they were putting out in like 2013.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
by a lot-
I think the worst year for them was 2014.
Like I
Molester
tried
Moon.
watching Food Battle 2013, and they're being like, they're just like making random noises at each other, and like.
Yeah.
and then a sword falls into like Anthony, and he's like, Bob Barker's vagina, and then he dies. Like it almost becomes
God.
Eric Andre and how like experimental it is, except it's not supposed to be experimental though. It's supposed
reverse
to be.
Eric Andre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like the early shit in like 2007 and shit is like kind of actually like slightly
Oh, yeah.
funny points.
Their most popular video, I think it's called Beef and Go.
It's okay, yeah.
Wasn't that bad?
Yeah, no, honestly, like there's
Like, I expected
comedic
way
value
worse.
to their early stuff. It almost reminds me, now that I watch it now, of like discount It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but like for free online. So there was
Really?
actual. Well, obviously it's not nearly as good as It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I'm not implying that there's like
It's about as funny as like a Ryan Higa video or something.
Ryan Higa actually has some gems. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, he has some funny stuff.
Yeah. But like, yeah, Smosh. A lot of people say their golden age was like 2005 to like when Anthony left or a little before. But honestly, their worst stuff was the early 2010s.
I don't think anyone says that.
A lot of people say that. I see that all over the place.
Whoa.
But like the early 20, like I'd say around like 2009 or 10 when they started getting more like professional with it, is
Yeah,
when it started
probably.
getting way worse.
The second they upgraded their camera quality,
The more the camera quality went
all
up,
the charm was
the,
gone.
the more
Yeah.
the joke quality went down.
Exactly.
Like straight up, I'm gonna say it. The stuff that they post now is still infinitely better than the stuff they were making in 2013, even when it was like Ian and Anthony.
That's true. That's true.
Because like,
I don't like the every blink ever video.
no, I
so-
don't. But like, it at least now it feels like a generic college humor, which still like has some joke quality instead
how's
of
it
just Anthony Ian going.
Yoshi just walked into my room.
What? What did you just do?
Yoshi just walked into my room.
Yo, tell
Yoshi,
him to-
come on, say something.
I'd just like to give a quick shout out to Hands of Fate. They've been really, really supportive in my recent endeavors, and I feel like the cards are really on my side because Manos, he has it all figured out for me. He has the master plan. The cards are all on the table. Thank
Yoshi,
very
are you
much.
taking a break from sex?
Yeah.
How is it going?
His pants are completely gone.
Is he like just
He
jacking off
walked in
as
naked
he's
from the waist down. Yeah.
I just want everyone to know that if you any time that you want to subscribe to my OnlyFans, I'm ready to sell myself, short or tall. Word.
All right, and with that, I think that's
it.
good for an episode.
Yeah, I think that
We've
is.
been doing it for like an hour and a half.
That's a good podcast length.
It flew by.
Unless you talk to like Joe Rogan, he'd be like 4 hours. Is a
Yeah,
good podcast
Joe
length.
Rogan.
But he's a mad lad. Okay,
God.
well, thank you everyone for tuning in to the first official episode of the KnobCast. Next time we're gonna have a guest on. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be, as Ben Shapiro would say, epic. And tune in then. Thank you for listening. Yeah.